Hello everybody, Auvbri here. Welcome back to another speed build here in The Sims 4. Today is a special day for me and for you guys. I got a new microphone, guys. Here she is. It's the Blue Yeti X, and like, wow. I'm so impressed with the recorded audio from this one, and I hope you guys can feel and listen, hear the difference, because I just love the way that this mic is. And it was about due time that I got a new one. The other one was really old, had it for 10 years. So definitely time that I got a new one. But let's jump into the build here, guys. So today I'm building the Glass Cube 2. So this is actually a reimagination or reimagined build of something I did way back in the day called just the Glass Cube. I wanted to really take a look at that build and really see if we could take the same design as that one and kind of turn it into something new, maybe do something a bit different with it. Also, when I looked at the original build, I often felt that the interior was just there was something wrong with it. Not that it was ugly or anything, the layout was not good looking back at it, and it's definitely something that I could improve upon. So I definitely felt like I wanted to take another shot at it, maybe do something different with it. I initially was here in the snowy escape town. I can never remember what it's called at all. Like, it's just always escapes my mind. But we were initially here, and then yeah, the snow, it just didn't work for me at all. It was just it was in the way, it wasn't with the vision of what I wanted it to be after I started building with it. And I actually moved a lot, which you're gonna see in just a minute here. But the thing with the reason that I showed this clip here in the snowy setting was because I wanted you guys to see how I made the framework for the build. So the framework is very much the same as it was in the original build. So it's very much inspired by that one, but I wanted to do something a bit more different, wanted to create something more how can you say, more interesting to the eye. So we have these kind of pillars going from either side to kind of help stabilize the build as well. Seeing that this build is actually just a lot of glass, I also wanted to go in a different direction with the build here compared to the original. So I actually chose another glass type, so different windows for actually wrapping the build around in there. So these ones are very different to the others that we did in the original build. I'll link the original build down below so you can go check a look. Go take a look at that if you want to see what it actually is I'm referring to. But the original windows were very different from these ones. Still wall from floor to wall windows, but these just have the framing inside of them and actually able to open. So we have the variation with part of the window actually opened, and the ones that I use here, which are shot, I do change some of them out a bit, so some of them are open and it actually makes sense. Also, I believe in the original builds, don't quote me on this, but I do believe in the original build that I had a glass ceiling almost everywhere in that build. I don't in this one. The reason for that is privacy, and also the room placement was very difficult, and I remember that very vividly. It was very difficult to actually place rooms in the original, also to have any form of privacy, which is also why I chose this lot that we're on here. It's in Wittenberg, my favorite town to build in, but it's a bit more of a remote lot. It's actually right next to Croft Manor, which we're also building at the moment in The Sims 4 on live streams. Been a while since we did any of those, but I actually figured that the next live stream is going to be about that. But I chose this lot, as I said, because it's a bit more remote. There's more privacy and it's more nature based, so that actually allowed me to still have all of these windows wrap around the whole build, so it will still be a cube, like a glass cube. But we could have privacy of different rooms. Also in in the original build, the layout was, and I can say this myself because I built it, but I thought it was horrible. Like, when I built it, I loved it. It was the best thing in the world. It was like the new thing, and I loved the way that it looked. Looking at it now, I absolutely hate it. It's not good, guys. It's just, the layout is just horrible. Now, this is actually a built with 2 rooms. Now, I decided to make one of the rooms into something other than a bedroom, but you can totally make it into a bedroom if you want to. There's 2 bathrooms in here as well, a nice big kitchen, which we're working on right now, and then we have a dining room place, and we have smaller living area spaces throughout the build, but not a dedicated per se living room. So there's one of the rooms on the deck upstairs where there's actually a television, and wow, yeah, I put in a television. I was shocked too, trust me, but it needed something. And again, for this year, I really wanted to challenge myself, and I've said this a lot throughout the last couple of builds, but I wanted to challenge myself in using items in my builds that I wouldn't normally use. And God damn it if televisions aren't one of them. I hate putting televisions in my builds. I also hate putting computers in my builds. I do it, but I just know how freaking annoying it can be with your sim just always flocking to that damn television or that damn computer, and before you know it, they are addicted to social media or addicted to their phone, anything like this. The mobile phones in The Sims as well. It's probably some of the worst things that have ever happened to the series, because every single time I play this game and I try not to have like computers and stuff, they get addicted to phones. Even Holly, which is a character that we're playing on it in The Sims, is addicted to her phone. So yeah, blimey, that's so annoying. Also, something I wanted to put in here, I love a round table. So a round dining room table is just on the top of the list of things that I want for my future house. Sorry, I'm a bit snotty, but it's on the top of the list of things I want for my future house, but I never used them in The Sims 4. The reason is it takes up a lot of room. Like, it takes up so much space, it's ridiculous. So actually building houses big enough to fit it in is something I actually find quite difficult. The reason that I put it in here is it wasn't actually the plan. So the room that you're actually looking at right now was supposed to be the living room space, and then over by the windows at the end of the kitchen was supposed to be a dining room area, but I couldn't find enough space for the dining room either, and I really wanted to have a round table in here. So that's when I actually made the decision to make a lot of smaller kind of like hub areas, hub like dining or hub living room spaces, like we have here, instead of just having one big living room. I also thought that was a cool idea, not something that I do that often either, just having, you know, smaller living room spaces, but actually not one dedicated one. Also used some of the chairs that I remember so so clearly using a lot in the beginning of the Sims 4 life cycle, but I don't use those chairs now because, oh, girl, I hate them. They're just freaking horrible. The colors are fantastic. I want to say that real quick. The colors are freaking beautiful, but the shape of it is just, I know my fat ass could never sit in a chair like that without actually bending out to the side. So, but there's something about that chair that's just not right. It's just, it looks a bit weird. It's not fully my style at the moment. I have this, at the moment I have this very industrial, somewhat modern contemporary style, but with pops of color. But I really like the wooden textures, the raw wood materials as well. Love that. And that chair is just it's not for me at all. Going into we just did the downstairs bathroom. I actually decided to make 2 fully fledged bathrooms in this because I'm also very bad at actually making bathrooms in The Sims 4. So I usually just make 1 bathroom for a whole household. Now this is actually, to be fair, this is actually only a 2 sim house. So there's only a bedroom for 2 sim. That being said, as I said in the beginning, you could totally just take one of the rooms that I'm doing here and make it into another bedroom or a teenage room or whatever you want to do. It's totally up to you. I just wanted to do something different and again use items that I normally would not use. For example, also the couch here. These 2 chairs, again, used them so much in my earlier builds when the game came out. Not so much anymore because they're just not my style, but it was really fun. I really loved to have this challenge for myself and actually take items that I just don't use that much anymore and mix them in with items that I really do use a lot. So that was really fun. Also, this bookcase, girl, she ugly. Going upstairs as well to the upstairs bathroom. I wanted to use this one. I haven't really used that, but it was just too small. There was no room for it. And then I just decided to somewhat copy paste the bathroom downstairs. I tried to do somewhat a different color scheme, so a bit more of a white color scheme in here, but still with the mint green and the black tile in the back there. But it's pretty much the same. Going into the master bedroom here, another kind of muted pastel color here. I really love the way that it looked with this bed, which again is one of those items I actually don't use that much, just because I don't like the bedspreads and the swatches either. I wish there was more swatches for this because otherwise the frame is beautiful, reminds me a lot of the bed that I have myself, but this, like, the bedspreads are just no, I cannot deal with that. It's just, and it might sound like I'm actually very picky at the moment, but I'm just not. I just know what I like and what I don't like, and I do not like that bedspread. It's just not good. And then we're going into the room here where I wanted to make something different. So I actually made a music producing room. And I initially wanted to make it into the social media room, but then I found the music table and I actually like the swatches, and I thought, you know what, I don't think ever that I have used this item of free will. I do believe we used it one time with Holly in her quest to becoming world famous, a world superstar, but I actually do believe it was her husband who used that. So technically I didn't use it, it was with the house. So I don't think, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't actually think that I've ever used that item freely of choice. I do believe that I would have remembered that. And then we had the textured ground on the outside here. I actually wanted to keep that. I thought it brought a lot of character to the build. I made my own makeshift path. That was a hard word. It is very late and I'm tired from work as well. I don't know if you can see it in my eyes, but it's very late. But I made this makeshift pathway. I really thought it just looked good. Like it added to that rustic feel. And then I found these planters from Journey to Batu. Again, I actually love that pack. I think it's so good and I cannot say that enough times. I love the building items from it. I haven't played with the gameplay, but the building items are just beautiful. I love it. And then I actually just started to do some landscaping. I didn't want to do anything too fancy pansy. I took some of the pool ideas from the original build and tried to incorporate those into this one, just to pay a bit of homage to the original, but I didn't actually go so overboard that I did with the other one. But I think with the pathways and the kind of lengthy pool areas, which is actually was supposed to be more of a fountain, but I think it pays great homage to the original. And then I just topped it off with lots of greenery, and that's kind of it. So I hope you guys are ready for the showcase, and you're done looking at my tired face. Now it's just the voice. So let's jump into it, shall we? So here we have it. Oh, you can see Craftman there. Look, it's so beautiful. So here we have it, the Glass Cube 2. I really hope you guys like it. I think it turned out super cute. Like, I'm super proud of it. I know I say super a lot, and also with the lesp, it's just not helping my case at all, but I just think it turned out really great. Also, these windows compared to the original Glass Cube build, they are a bit more private. So it's not so embracive and in your face that you can see everything that's going on the inside of the build, because we have these smaller glass panels, and you know, it's just, in my opinion, it's a bit more private. Also, I placed all of the important rooms in the back. For example, the bathrooms are in the back and on the side, so there's more privacy there. Bedrooms also onto the side with the master bedroom, and then we of course have the music room, which is out to the foreground of the build, but that should be fine as well if you make it into another bedroom. And yeah, I don't actually know what else to say. I really love the way that it turned out. I mean, who knew that you could build something that you actually like with items that you hate? I think that's actually really cool. So tell me in the comment section down below what you actually thought about this build, and if you like it, if it's something that you're gonna pick up. And also tell me in the comment section down below if you actually watched the original Glass Cube, and whether you think this is better, worse, or just as cool but in a different way. I always like positive feedback. Also, while you're down there, feel free to request builds. If you have an idea for a build that you would like me to do, I will add it to the list. I have this whole written list, and also a list of pictures of builds that I want to do. It's just about the time, guys, but I always note down if there's a great idea. And also, again, while you're down there in the comment section down below, why not hit that like button? It really do help me out a great big deal. I'm sorry, I'm just rambling now because tired and exhausted from work and this as well, but I really hope you guys like this build. Remember, it's up on the gallery right now. If you want to get it, you just have to search my Origin ID, which is Auvbri, and you should be able to find every single thing that I have done. And honestly, I'm just excited to listen to the recording of this. I've never actually listened to my own voice and the voiceover, but with this new mic, I think I sound very crispy. So I'm super excited about that. But I really want to thank you guys so much for watching the video. I really hope you enjoyed it, and that you enjoyed the video, and just spread the word, spread the love, and I hope to see you next time for another video here on the channel. So have a really fantastic day wherever you are in the world. Bye guys.